Freak sakes, guys. Well, we're not going to be doing the THC juice tonight. We're going to do that tomorrow because I ran out of time. Had a friend come over. We hung out for a bit. And yeah, I'm going to have to do that tomorrow night because it's currently 3 o'clock in the morning. I haven't eaten supper yet. I'm going to go out to the barbecue up some chicken. Bought some chicken today for $5. Going to barbecue this up, have some chicken, and then probably call her a night. But tonight on my lunch, I went and bought some delicious nectar. Yeah, not really delicious. It's alright. It's Bud Light. It's not too bad. It's only 4%. It just doesn't get you drunk. But it was $40 for 28 beers. You get the, that's the case right there. But check this out. Friggin' free portable charger for your phone. I didn't even notice that. I just grabbed it because it was on sale for $40 for 28 beers. Which I know all my American friends are like, oh dude, that's like bullshit. We paid like friggin' $9 for 28 beers. But yup, there it is. And there it actually is, the Bud Light thing. So let's take a look at this and see what it looks like. Probably the same as on the box. Alrighty, so this is what you get. One blue Bud Light, says Bud Light onto it. Bud Light. Charger. Looks almost like an 18650s residing in there. No battery rattle. It's pretty good. And then you also get a really weird looking USB cable. Really weird looking. It's got a headphone jack on one end and a USB on the other because it comes with an array of heads. So you have the iPod Touch, like the old iPod, iPhone 4s and all that, we'll use this one. My Samsung Galaxy S4, my eDarts, I'll use this one. And they even have the connector for the iPhone 5, the Thunderbolt or Lightning connector, some fucking nonsense, I don't know. So that's kind of cool. We got all of them there. The only one I really care about is obviously this one right here, because that's the only one that I can really use. And the battery charges off of it too, so I should just like stab that in there and then fucking weld her in. So that's pretty cool, eh? I love getting free shit in my beer. 1 year they were giving out hats, and my buddy bought, he literally bought a case of beer just to get the hat, only to realize that the case of beer got him drunk enough that he banged out his old lady and knocked her up. Yup, knocked her up, people. Then he's like, he contacted Molson Company and said, listen, the hat was great and all, but next time, you think you can maybe put other kind of hats in the beers, you know, some Jimmy hats? Because then he wouldn't have had a baby, and his life would have been weird or different. Who knows? Who knows, man? Who knows? One thing I know is it'd be awesome to be able to go to other dimensions and see, like, what ifs, you know? Like, what if I would have changed something in the past, or what if I didn't go to Canada or for school and I went to a different college instead? Like, how would my life have been different, and would it have been better or worse? Or, you know, sometimes I ponder that shit. Then I get told by people like, dude, why even ponder about things that can't happen, that are impossible to happen? Let's get up to the garage and we'll talk more. But yeah, he always would say to me, like, Adam, you know, like, why do you even talk about this? It's not like we can ever find out. There's no technology to even do such a thing. And a lot of people will say there's also no proof of other dimensions, other what-if dimensions, you know? So, oh, kick her over, bud. You know what, I'm not going to crank it open that far. Just because the jets on this barbecue, even on low, are ridiculous. But he makes a valid point. He goes, you know, don't get concerned over stuff you can't control. Get concerned over stuff you can. And that's what I've been trying to do with my anxiety. Let's get this barbecue going. Barbecue's all lit up. Cooking the chicken. There were 7 pieces, so right on. We're going to put some Diana sauce onto it. Sauce barbecue sauce. Sauce barbecue sauce. The redundant department of redundancy department. Anyway, gourmet rib and chicken. Gourmet, people. It's gourmet. So that's going to be the sauce we're going to use. It'll be pretty awesome. Pretty awesome indeed. And we got a fire. Fuck's sakes. It's out. I use my mind powers. I use my brain powers. The power of positive thinking to say, fire, you will extinguish. And it was like, okay, later, bro. So yeah, there was something else I wanted to show you guys. You better not catch fire while I'm all the way over here, you fucking barbecue. Guys, remember the go-kart project? Well, I still have the frame and everything in the back shed. And in here, I still have the Subaru 5-horse motor. So, I've been pondering and pondering and pondering, and I've been thinking I want to do something with that. And then Pug One went and said on his, Pug One went and said on his video, like, oh, instead of making racing tractors, why don't we make racing lawn chairs? And I'm like, yeah, that'd be awesome. Imagine everybody going out to Inwoods with custom-made racing lawn chairs and totally ripping up the track. I think lawn chairs on that track do way better than the tractors, just mainly because of how not wide they are. Like, the tractors are pretty wide, right? They're pretty beefy, where the lawn chairs are pretty well the opposite of what I just said. So, sorry, I'm trying to focus on flipping the chickens without, 'cause this is how I do chickens, is you put it on the lowest heat possible, and you just friggin' not keep on flipping it, but flip it every 3-4 minutes, and let it go, and then just keep going until it looks good. And then fucking douse her with the sauce, creme brulee, and oh my god, we got some chicken to eat. It's gonna be glorious. But yeah, people, we're gonna do the THC glycerin tomorrow night. Only reason for that is I definitely need a batch for me to bring out to my buddy's house on Saturday. Frig yeah. And yeah, that's about it. Like, that's why we gotta do it tomorrow night. But it's not a hard process, it's just a process, and when you do it, it comes out with a great thing, and, you know, there's next to no odor. There's next to no odor, just whatever you ate, if you put a flavor into it. Apparently the odor coming off of it is something very unique, and nobody has no idea what to describe it as. So I'm going to flavor mine with spearmint. Because I'm doing it tomorrow, I'll have the spearmint, well, if my package comes in from CanVape tomorrow, then I'll have the spearmint flavoring and the PG, and I can basically tame her down and thin it out so that it goes into, like, not a dripper, but like a tank. So you can fill up like a 5 ml tank and just keep it on standby in case you need to freaking medicate, you know? In case you need a dose. Be great for people operating like lawnmowers and shit, eh? You know, you wouldn't have to carry around a joint with you, light it, just take a couple hauls, just grab an e-dart and, you know, and dosed. I didn't even press the button. Imagine doing a hoot like that off of that stuff, though. I'm gonna. Imagine if that was the stuff. Holy. I'd probably fall over now into my barbecue. No. Right now I'm vaping on some Saber's Blood from Yellix. It's pretty good. And I got her sitting in the iGo L on top of the Vamo. Yeah, powered by a friggin' Panasonic battery. Today's video brought to you by Panasonic, because it's the camera I'm using, the battery I'm using the vape with and stuff. No, I'm kidding. This is not sponsored. Who the fuck in their right mind would sponsor me, right? Think about that. Think about that for a second. Well, I guess you can say it is sponsored because there's probably an advert playing around here-ish. And I don't know what it's for. Probably some video game or some dating site or a video game about going to a dating site. I don't freaking know. Like, I don't know. I don't watch my own videos. I make them. I watch them when I edit them. So there you go. But I'm just rambling. This is a fucked up vlog. I apologize. Oh, Jesus Christ, boys. The chicken is being real bitchy. Such bitchy chicken. Greasy fucking chicken, that's for sure. Holy shazbot. But, no, I was thinking about something there last night when I watched Pug's movie and that son of a bitch cut him off on the highway. That's happened to me a couple times, but I never made a big thing about it because up here in the north, people are different than they are in the south. See, up in the north, everything's kind of more relaxed, right? It's not always rush, go, even though sometimes I come off as a fucking crazy son of a bitch when I'm out driving. It's not really as bad as down south, like in Toronto and London and all that. Like, London's a busy fucking city for me. Like, when Bloke and I go out touring around and we went and got e-juice and all that other shit, like, I'm watching Bloke drive and I'm having an anxiety attack. I'm like, holy fuck, like, this is a busy goddamn city. Like, this is fucked. But I guess it's something I would get used to. And then I come back to North Bay for a visit, and like I'd be like, fuck, you guys call this traffic? This is a joke. But the problem with North Bay drivers is they're dumb and they crash a lot. So, kind of a pain in the dick. But, no, I was thinking about that whole, when the guy cut him off, and he's like, I'm calling, like, but he tells Pug, I'm calling the cops. And it's like, on what fucking grounds, bro? What did Pug do? Oh, he had to evasively mash the brake through the floor mat to bring Big Dirty from a halting stop because Buddy Van Dudo jumped out from a transport trailer to block his way because he didn't want to ride behind a rig anymore. Like, are you fucking for real? And then to boot, my chicken's on fire probably And then to boot, like, he tells Puggy he's gonna call the cops. It's like, are you fucking serious? Like, I would love to see the cops roll into Inwoods and be like, yeah, we need to speak with Mr. One Pug Life there, and I don't know if everybody knows his real name, so I'm not saying it, but I do know it, so stop. But, like, you know, they roll up on him and fucking try and take him down. Meanwhile, he's got Russia dash cam going. Jesus, take it easy, fire. Frig. But he's got, like, the friggin' better than Russia dash cam going with his face on one side and the road on the other. So it's like, go ahead, call the cops. Evidence is here showing you being an idiot and not knowing how to drive, and then the cops are going to go back on you because you called them out for no frickin' reason, and they have video proof now of you driving like an idiot, even though you can't use it in a court of law without the actual driver knowing that there was a camera in the vehicle. Blah, blah, blah. Was a bing bang. It's called entrapment. Look it up, people. You know, it's just like last year when Drunky the Fuck Clown slid his tercel between my Trans Am and another lady's Oldsmobile Aurora, or not Aurora, Arrow, whatever the fuck they're called. Just like that last year when that happened, like, I had the footage of Buddy getting out of his car and then smashing liquor bottles on the ground, trying to hide some evidence, I don't know. But, you know, I didn't say anything until the cop pulled me into the cruiser to talk to me about my car being hit, and I'm like, well, listen, all that broke was the mirror. Got a crack into it, and he put a scrape up my side. Like, it's not a big deal. Like, you know, I bought some freaking buffing compound, this turtle wax right here. I bought this shit and cleaned off the scrape, and then I just basically went to my buddy's garage. Yeah, he runs a glass company. He just cut a piece out and stuck it on where the mirror was, took off the old one, put the new one on, and game over, you know, like, away we go, we're done. Car's all fixed, brand new again. So I wasn't going to really do a big fuss, but Buddy came over and started beaking off at me saying, I didn't fucking hit him, I was in front of him and stuff, and he's like just going off. I mean, I'm like, okay, enough of that. Like, officer, do you want to see the footage from the crash? And he's like, what? You have footage? And I'm like, yes, I do. And he's like, okay. So I busted out this camera because I was filming with this camera upside down in the windshield, and I showed him the footage, and like, you can hear me talking and stuff, and I'm like, as the car brushes by, I'm like, what the fuck was that, you know? Because, like, it scared the shit out of me. Like, who the frig thinks you're out for a leisurely drive, you're going to get into an accident? You never think that. You never think that, so... And then Buddy sits there and he flies through me and through the Alero. He damaged the Alero a little more. He put a nice little crease into it and lost a mirror due to it. But then he smashed into the back of the Red Dragon Chinese delivery truck. So that was awesome. And then he proceeded to get out of his car, go into the back seat, and commence smashing a bunch of liquor bottles onto the ground. Right onto a major freaking roadway. I guess he figured, well, people will think my car got into an accident and all that glass, even though it's like brown and green and clear and thick. They would think it was his windshield that was still intact, you know, because that's what they would think. That's probably what he was thinking, because his mind was obviously somewhere else that day. So I showed the officer that, and he goes, oh shit. And he goes, well, I'm not allowed to use this footage. Like, clearly it shows what happened. Oh, Jesus. He goes, but I'm not allowed to use this footage. He goes, can't be used in a court of law. And I said, yeah, well, you know. And I just looked at the breathalyzer on the dash. I'm like, you know. And then he's like, yeah. He goes, we're going to definitely do that now. So he basically gave the guy a breathalyzer, and holy fuck, for breakfast and lunch, I think the guy had 2 bottles of liquor, because all I saw the cop do was he had him in the passenger seat, he had him blow, and then Buddy dropped his head in shame. The officer got out of the car, went over to the other side, opened up the door, got him out, cuffed him, threw him in the back seat. Done. So, busted for drinking and driving. That's why you should never drink and drive, people. Ever. Even if you don't hurt somebody, still really cock over your life. Just saying. Just putting that out there. Drinking and driving, bad thing. Gotcha? Now, while I sit and wait I mean stand around and push things out of the way, I want to talk about this home light weed whacker. This choke is going to be a bitch to fix. I can get a brand new whole friggin' carb, full assembly, ready to rock, off of eBay for $10. I'm going to buy a new carb for it. I still need the float, it doesn't come with the bubble, so I'm going to need those parts. And I'm going to buy the new air box for it, because Dad doesn't know where the plastics went. He's pretty sure he threw them in the garbage. So both of those combined is going to cost me $20. Now, one of those brand new home lights at freaking Home Repo is about $89 for a brand new one. Now I asked Dad, I'm like, well, what do you want me to do with it? Like, I got it working, you're going to see it in the video. And he's like, oh, I already bought one. Dad went and bought himself a Black & Decker 12-volt battery operated from Walmart for 40 bucks. They're on sale for 50 bucks off. It was like $49 after or before taxes. So he bought that. So he just told me, he's like, keep it. Just keep it, sell it, do whatever you want with it. Turn it into a BMX bike if you want. Doesn't care. Told me it's mine. So, oh, chicken's done. I'm just killing the barbecue right now. Don't mind me. Gotta turn off the valve here. But he told me it's mine. I can do with it as I want. So I'm thinking about getting it ready and actually using it to weed whack along with my other one, because the Weed Eater brand, its base is a bump, so you got to smash it into the ground and it feeds out more twine. Well, that's what it's supposed to do. It doesn't do it. I tried everything to make it an auto feeder. I tried YouTube videos, the manual, everything doesn't work. Where this one here is the screw on to the bottom kind, which means you can actually get some pretty neat attachments for that one there, like the copper wire attachment or the gator bite attachment, or the, like, there's so many different options for it that if I'm going to sell one, I'm selling the Weed Eater and I'm keeping the fucking Home Light. Just saying. Because that Home Light is a nice build. It's a good friggin' Weed Eater for sure. But anyway, people, my dinner's ready. Look, it's a mountain of fucking chicken. I'm gonna go drive this into my face and then probably watch some more episodes of South Park and call her quits. So that's my video for today. I'm hoping it's good. Hoping you enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. The glycerin video is coming up, people. I'll show you how it's done. And if you want to try it yourself, you can. And until next time, people, keep on vlogging.